you've had a lot of accomplishments that many people are looking towards and that they're very proud of. But I want to ask you, what are you most proud of that you've been able to accomplish?
Well, I'm very happy that what I've done in Bangladesh applies to everywhere else in the same way that we have done in Bangladesh. So I'm very happy about that. And also this idea of social business, I think now young people can look forward that I can do something on my own. I don't have to wait for the government to do anything. I'll continue to press the government to do the right thing. At the same time, I can show that things can be done in a different way, and the government and everybody else can learn from that. So I can use my creative power. So that, I think, is more important thing to make people imagine things for future. And I always insist that young people should imagine what kind of life, what kind of world they would like to live in the future. And if you imagine that, it will happen. If you don't imagine, it will never happen.
I know that a lot of students are studying what you've done, what you did with the Grameen Bank, and they're looking up to you and seeing the things that you did, and you helped a lot of people along the way. If you were to give a message to the students who are looking up to you, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say young people are a completely different generation today. Unlike the previous generation of young people, this generation is much more powerful than they were because of the technology in their hand. This technology was never available to any generation in history. Today's generation has access to information, access to each other. They have a network, global network of their own and so on. And they're much more faster in their response pattern because they can make decisions very quickly because of the technology that they have. So my question to young people is, you now become aware that you are more powerful than ever before that happened in history. And then you ask yourself, what use you are going to make of this power that you have? Because if you don't use your power, it will be wasted. You have the power to change the whole world. If you don't use it, the world will remain what it is. And you have wasted the capacity that you had. So it's a question of how you would like to use the power in making sure that you create the world that you want, not what you have inherited. So you are the creator of the earth and the world that you have, your new society. And if you pay attention to it, you can make it happen.
I know that you were talking about how you focused on women, and most of the percentage of the people who are benefiting from it are women. What kind of effect do you think that had? Did you see any direct effect from having the women having these loans?
It was very much. I mean, when you have money in your hand, it transforms you. The women are the most neglected part of the society. If you go to the lower end of the income level, the poor people, they literally don't exist. The women don't matter to anybody. So here we are addressing them, then giving them the money. They take the money or start earning income. It changes the whole relationship within the family itself. Suddenly she becomes an important person in the family. She participates in decision making. If you look at Bangladesh, a country with 160 million people, most dramatic thing that you can see in Bangladesh happen in the last 20 years is the women empowerment, because of the way it has gone and given people, particularly focusing on women, and change their status in the family, in the society. And they have money in the bank. Not only they borrow money, which people see a bank as a lending organization, it's also an organization which promotes savings among the poor women. Today, right now, they're nearly $1 billion worth of savings they have in their bank accounts. So they are not insignificant kind of people anymore. They're very significant people. So it transforms life. And then second generation, we help them to get into school, get into higher education, give them education loan. So you have a completely new kind of second generation coming out of the first generation who are illiterate, never went to school, never understand what the life is all about. So now we bring it to a completely different story.